Good morning, y'all. It's Timmy. And if you're gonna say something about my hair, don't, because your mom fucking loves my hair upstairs and downstairs when she is tonguing my balls. And for all the good people, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Do you ever have things end with somebody and you're just like, wow, that was ridiculously fucking stupid? I have a million stories in that department, but I just remembered one. I remember specifically there was this guy we met on a paid dating site. He was very I there's nothing I can say about his looks that will not sound ableist or terrifying. So I'll just say he was not the most attractive looking fellow. He didn't have much personality either, but our first date we were at some like fancy Colombian like joint, Michelin star. The food was terrible, but it's like I'm not complaining because I'm not the one paying for it. And I still made him feel special. Conversation was had. It was a good time. And then afterwards, we went to this like performing arts venue that does like variety show type shit that I know very well. And this is where it went wrong because the whole event was nice, but I remember specifically at the start of the event, I saw this one comedian I know. Now, to hide his identity, let's make up a name. Let's say the comedian's name was like Larry Buchanan or something. And I've met Larry Buchanan. I've seen him at comedy events. I've seen him in public. He's a very funny guy, very talented. And I specifically remember that for Larry Buchanan, like, he has this amazing thing he can do with his mind where, like, he will specifically call out before his set, I want everyone in this room to yell out a big word at me. Yell out as many as you can. And then he will make an amazing rap on the spot, remembering each and every single word, knowing the definition on the spot, and making a whole cohesive, flowing freestyle rap with it. It is impressive. I've never seen someone do that. So imagine my shock when I was there on my date and I saw that Larry Bu Davis was going to get up. Or Buchanan. Sorry, I forgot my fake name. Don't worry, both names are fake anyway. And I was like, holy fucking. I told my date, I was like, you're gonna love this guy. I've met him before plenty of times. He's super friendly, super sweet, but he's fucking hysterical. And he's a good comedian and a good rapper. He's multi talented. You're gonna love Larry Buchanan. My date was like, oh, okay. And then several times, Larry Buchanan actually had multiple sets he did that whole night. He was on stage like 3 total times, and each time they were like, give it up for Larry Buchanan, and they would welcome him out. And he did bomb as hell with his dirty haiku, he did bomb as hell with his comedy, and then he did bomb as hell with his final event of like rapping on stage, going crazy, going crazy. Taking that, like, I remember I yelled out Australopithecus, he caught that shit, mixed it into the song so fucking well, it was like, damn. And I remember after that whole event, I was so hyped. And I was talking to my date. I was like, "Oh my god, that was such a good fucking event. Even better, cause oh my god, I'm so glad you got to see Larry Buchanan or whatever." And then I remember this dumbass nigga Lily just pauses and he's like, "What? No, that wasn't Larry Buchanan. Larry Buchanan was the white guy on stage who got up with the banjo before him." And I said, "No, he's not." And he said, "Yeah, he is." And I said, "I've met Larry Buchanan many times before. That's definitely not Larry Buchanan." And he said, yes, it is. That white guy who got on stage playing the fucking banjo with the lights on, playing Keith Urban type shit, that was Larry Buchanan. I don't know how to explain to you the level of rage I was feeling, but it's like, nigga, this ain't Scientology. You can't just have me stare into your brown eyes and insist that they're blue. You can't convince me that the sky is green, and you can't convince me that a guy I've met a million times more than you is actually the white guy with the band. Like, And that was one of those things where I just thought to myself, this guy hasn't fully paid me for this date yet. We had a little bit more back and forth because he just refused to fucking believe that it's like, yes, I have met the light skinned black guy. We have met before. We've had conversations. I've seen, like, what the fuck? He pissed me off. So, but, I held it in, got paid, went home. He asked for a kiss. I said no, and I didn't give a fuck. And let's just say we didn't really talk much for, like, aside from, like, occasional, how are you? Good. How are you? Okay, type shit for, like, maybe once or twice over the course of like almost a month. And then out of nowhere he just unprovoked cash apps me like $100, and he's like, oh, something for your trouble, so I haven't been in contact much. And you know what, Quasimodo, that's fucking, it's like, hell yeah, I'll go for it. It's like, because I accept apologies in cash and credit, also Venmo and Cash App and PayPal. Yeah, that works for me. So me and dude got talking again, and then let's just say after some time I went into this store and I was trying to get some products, but I guess there was some, it's a long story in itself. Let's just say I couldn't get the products I wanted. So I got home, this guy messaged me. I was like, oh hey, is it possible that you can like send me the money for these products that I was going to get today but couldn't because of some like stupid coupon issues and bullshit with customer service? He was like, oh yeah, absolutely. And he cashed out for me like $150. Really nice of him. But at some point, like, me and him got to talking, and I guess, like, further date planning was happening, but he kind of still had this, like, if I recall correctly, he still had this air of, like, arrogance and know it all syndrome that still was, like, peeping through. And he said something really, really. I don't remember what it was, but it did kind of trigger me to be like, okay, you know what? Can I talk to you about something? And I don't mean it to hurt your feelings at all. I just feel like we need to talk about it so we can address it. And he was like, yeah, sure, go for it. And I said, you remember when we went to that variety show and I kept saying that I knew the light skinned black guy's name who was getting on stage and performed and how I've met him a bunch of times, but then you kept insisting that wasn't his name and I just feel like that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I just feel like I don't know, that kind of confused me a bit, I guess. I don't want it to just be like a weird chip on my shoulder. I'm just addressing it now cuz and sorry for not addressing it sooner. I guess I just didn't even know how to bring it up. I didn't know that we'd be seeing each other again, but you know, and then he immediately, like, he blew the fuck up. Mind you, I didn't say anything hostile. He was just like, oh, wow. So you're just gonna hold a fucking grudge for a whole month and still be tripping off that a whole month later? Wow. And over something so small, too. Matter of fact, yeah, let's not have another date. Let's not see each other ever again. And can you please send back the money I sent you? So that then I can get over this. And I just said, bye. And then I blocked him. And yeah, I got 150 bucks and I didn't send that shit back because why the fuck would I? Like, if you're gonna give me, like, it's like you gave me a migraine before, you gave me a migraine that night, I'm gonna keep the money. If you were totally, like, because it's like, sorry, you gave me that money to get the products, regardless of if we were going to meet up again. And then you're making the decision yourself that instead of being like, oh, sorry for the miscommunication, or oh, like, I hope we can get past this too. Sorry that happened. Like, it could have been a small thing, but he blew up at me, so it's like, okay. Yeah, you can't just be like, fuck you, Tamia, for, like, wanting to communicate with me. I'm gonna be a total dick, and now you have to send me money back. Nope. Anyway, bye.